Welcome to Gigged. This is the instructional video for setting up your Gigged account as a Gigged user. You've already created your opening account by using your email address and setting up your password. The first area you've come to is your terms and conditions. Just a note, please be aware that as I narrate the components of the terms and conditions, I'm doing so as if the potential user, the app user, is reviewing and reading the document representing themselves. This is only for narration and instructional purposes as I review the terms and conditions. This first section here is the main part of the terms and conditions. When you've read those, go through there, and these next sections here, you'll indicate that you have read and understood those. I've read, understood, and agree to be bound by the Gigged terms and conditions. By clicking the button, I confirm my acceptance of these terms and the contractual agreement with Gigged. I understand and acknowledge that the workers using the Gigged app are considered legal and true subcontractors for all services provided on contracts awarded through the Gigged system. I recognize that the workers are independent service providers and are not employees of Gigged or any of the contractors whose projects they may perform work on. I understand and agree that Gigged is a marketplace app connecting contractors and workers, and Gigged does not employ workers directly. I acknowledge that I am responsible for maintaining the necessary licenses, insurance, and certifications required for contractors by the state in which I plan to conduct business for the duration of any contract that I post through the Gigged app. I agree to and understand that any working relationship created through the Gigged app must hold true to federal and state contractor, subcontractor definitions, laws, rules, and tests. I also agree to and understand that no contract that I post may determine a worker's hours, when he or she works, the specifics of how that work is performed, or any other expectation or requirement that violates a true and legal contractor-subcontractor relationship. I acknowledge that any communication, negotiation, or transaction for services offered through the Gigged app should be conducted solely within the app's designated channels. I understand that Gigged may collect and use certain personal information as outlined in the privacy policy, and I consent to the collection and processing of such data. I understand that Gigged may collect and use certain personal information as outlined in the privacy policy, and I consent to the collection and processing of such data. I affirm that all documents, certifications, and information provided during the onboarding process are true, accurate, and up to date. I agree to abide by the Code of Conduct and community guidelines set forth by Gigged, promoting a professional and respectful environment for all users. I acknowledge that Gigged may suspend or terminate my account if I violate the terms and conditions or engage in fraudulent or abusive behavior. I understand that Gigged does not guarantee the availability or allocation of workers, and that, regardless of the complexity or specialty required by the contract, Gigged does not guarantee that the workers available will have the licenses or insurances specific for my needs. At this point, if you're ready to continue, you would click Agree and Continue. If you're not ready to proceed, you can click Not Ready and sign out and come back for later. At this point, it will save your email and your password, so you'll be able to sign in and continue at this process here. We will agree and continue.